Hey you guys, how you doing? Happy Wednesday. I have my friend Oliver here. He is a very nervous, anxious boy, and he likes things done his way because he's the boss of his house. So I thought I would film. I don't usually film him because he whines and cries and carries on like this is the worst thing in the whole wide world. But I did want to include him in my uncooperative dog series because I do have a groomer that has been commenting that wants to see the difficult ones. So, as far as his face goes, he's usually pretty awful, so that might be fun for you to see. For his body, he's usually fine. He just whines and cries because that's his personality now. He's a Maltese mix. I believe he's a Maltipoo. When he was a puppy, he had one of his rear legs broken, and he was coddled for his recovery time. And I don't think the coddling ever ended. So he's a very spoiled little boy. He gets everything he's ever desired, which is not bad. But for certain breeds, it just does not help their behaviors. So because of his lack of training and the other things, he's quite finicky sometimes. So I thought I would include him in my video series. So there we go. That was cute, Ollie. That was cute. You looked right at the camera, right at the perfect second. So he gets a pretty short cut, number 5, all over, and then I try to get a 3/8 comb on his face. Usually I end up just having to hand scissor it because he hates having his face messed with. At all, for any reason. So I will try to point him in the direction of the camera so you guys can see what he does to me when I try to do his face. Yeah. He looks at me like, who, me? He's always kicking the legs out. And he always pants like he's running a marathon. That's part of his anxiety, I think. He used to go to a shop before I started coming over, and I can't imagine that went over very well for him just because of how he is. Just so wound all the time. He's just wound up so tight. And if I don't pay attention to him, he will scream. And then he gets all choked up because, he's straining his vocal cords, and then he coughs and sputters and looks at me like I did it. Like it was my fault. Then I have to remind him, you're the one that did it, bro. Hey. There. Sometimes my blades don't want to clip on there, right? I probably need to do blade drive, but I'm the usual groomer, and I'm just going to ignore it until it stops working. And then I'm in trouble because this is my favorite clipper. I do have a backup, though, in my drawer. I think it was this left rear leg that he had broken when he was a puppy. Because he's always like extra finicky when I try to do this side. And he's not young anymore. So I'm like, you need to forget those old memories, dude. It's not broken anymore. But, you know, behavior patterns are hard to break. Once they get used to something being done a certain way, like him getting his way if he doesn't like something, that behavior pattern will be there for the rest of his life. And I don't fault his parents. They're seniors, you know? And I don't think his dad really realizes the behavioral implications of giving into him all the time. And some older guys, they just don't care. Their dog is their pup, their baby, and they're going to do what they want. And I just have to deal with it. And he's nice and docile for me, but you should see him on a walk, man. He acts like he's Billy Badass. He barks at everybody, trying to protect his dad. His dad's the one that takes him out for walks. So he will bark and carry on like he's trying to protect his dad. And like, it's so funny to me when little dogs do that because they really can't do a lot of harm. I had to do a house call groom for him one time when my old van died and this new van was being built. I did it in the kitchen. And when he was all done, I put him on the floor and he was fine for a couple minutes. And then he realized that I was still in his house and he came running at my feet, barking, carry on. And I just kind of looked at him and I said, no. I've already been in your house for like 2 hours. Get over it. And he did. He gave up the fight really quick because he's like, oh yeah, well, okay. Can't scare me off, can you? No, you can't. I wish there was a way to zoom out. Is there a way to zoom out of here? Oh, not in this mode. Hey, if any of you guys know of a good camera with a wide angle on it that I can use for videos, that'd be awesome. Because I kind of like to be in the shots and not just some floating hands doing things. If you watch my earlier videos, you can see that the GoPro that I had was not it. It was like the tiny micro one, you know, that could have been my problem. But it also, the lighting in here made it flicker in the footage. So it kind of looked like the van was haunted. Because the LEDs are like on the same frequency as the camera or something, so it was flickering really bad. I was able to do one 30-minute video with it though, and I put it up here, and it cut. The battery died, so like nobody got to see the end of the haircut at all. And I didn't even know that, so I'm performing from the camera until I looked over there and the little red blinking light's not on anymore. I was a little disappointed, but I posted it anyway. This is the only video that I captured where I didn't have the LED lights flickering everywhere, making it look super creepy. Oh, that was a big yawn, sir. Hold on. Let's keep your normal range of motion here. I've been seeing some shorts on Instagram and Twitter. Jeez, I'm not even on Twitter. I don't know why that came to my head. TikTok, where they're talking. Groomers are now talking about following an animal's range of motion. I try to. Every single groom, every single time, but sometimes it doesn't work out quite the way I intend it to, and the dogs will move their limbs in an unnatural position on their own. And I try to prevent that. But if I can't, don't hold it against me. Because it's not all bubbles and bows here. Sometimes we end up in situations we don't mean to be in. Huh. My favorite one right now is they're showing to only go this way with the legs. What if the dog takes his shoulder out this way on his own, man? And how am I going to see in there? Well, I have been rolling the skin out to see in there. But if I pull it up and he pulls it out, I'm sorry, but that's just going to happen if they do it on their own and I'm not quick enough. Yeah, I guess it isn't supposed to kick out this way. I'd have to revisit my dog anatomy to see which. I forget if they have ball and socket joints here like we do. I forget. Although when I took that course in my grooming school, it was 21 years ago, so. And some dogs, it doesn't matter how you move their limbs, they don't want you touching them at all, so. I always think it's interesting when I see other groomers posting about these trends that they see people doing. Like the blow dryer in the face. I have two dogs that I will have the blow dryer back here, nowhere near their face, and they will eat the air on their own. So, I do appreciate groomers posting on TikTok to not blow the air in their face, right? Because it was dubbed to Eminem's video, where they go, you know. You've seen it. I saw it and I thought it was cute because I don't interpret it as evil and vile and whatever, and I don't think that the air was on all the way. And if you look, the nozzles aren't on them, so I don't really think it was that harsh. But keep in mind, there will be dogs that will go and attack the end of the hose because they're attacking the air. Even if you're blow drying something nowhere near their face. Because I have two of them that do it. It drives me nuts because I usually end up getting my knuckles or my fingertips because they're trying to eat the air. And one of them is really unfortunate because she's a Yorkie and I have to dry her face, so like, figure that out. I did get a human blow dryer for faces, but when I turn it on, it freaks out the inverter and the lights flash like it's a disco, so I can't use it. But I take the nozzle off and I put the air on very, very low, and I go around her nose holes and her mouth and her ears. But she tries to eat it anyway, so I really end up losing the battle a little. I did forget to mention that I did do his bath and his blow dry already. I was gonna film his bath, but I had my phone plugged into the charger. And I can't remember to bring a wall mount out with me, because I do have pluggers by the tub. But I need the wall part, and I keep forgetting to bring a wall part. And I don't know if watching me bathe the dogs is really all that interesting. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong and you want to see the baths and the blow dries, let me know. Comment below. Comment below. Oops. My pocket gets stuck on the table. Well, at least he's not screeching today. He might know that I'm recording him. I might have to catch him in action at a later time. Because right before I put my phone over there in the holder to record, he was just carrying on. Hey, man. Hold on. Trying to support his knee with my hand, so because his kneecaps tend to do what they want. Mostly that one. This one isn't as bad. Could have been because he broke that other leg. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hey, 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 hey. See, we're trying to keep in the natural range of your motion there, dude. You see what I mean? He's just gonna like turn around on me here. Alright. There's a hair at my finger. Please hold. Hold on. I can't concentrate when I feel something poking me. And then I can't feel it. Okay, I think I got it. Are you falling asleep, Oliver? Staring at me with your eyeballs closed like you're gonna take a nap? Whoa, 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 don't be moving. Whoops. Sorry. I don't usually let the clip very much off his nails, so I just drum along. His dad takes him on several walks per day. So his nails are usually filed pretty well on the pavement because they walk up and down the sidewalk in their neighborhood. And he pulls on the harness, so you know he's grinding his back ones down really well. Yeah, see, there's like nothing here. Because he's at the end of his leash all the time. Thank God he wears a harness. Because he would have trachea problems if he didn't. I think the only time I ever used the clippers on his toenails was the first time I did them because he hadn't been groomed in a while. And the front ones were like really long. The back one's a little bit, not too much. Got your nose. Boink, boink. Boink, boink. Oh, the good boy, Ollie. The good boy. I don't even know if I need my chuggers today for you. I just grab them out. Let's raise our table here a little bit. Excuse me. I downed the V8 juice. Now I got the V8 burps. So when I was off, after I hurt my knee, I had to shave his tail. So we're letting it grow back. It was a little sad. But he does not let them comb his tail. And I was out for like 8 weeks. I just want to trim the top stuff, dude. I want to blend your feet in so they don't look so sharp. So because he gets a pretty short shave, I don't really nitpick his body a whole lot because I try to get him in and out as quick as possible because usually he's just screaming at me the whole time. Maybe I need to film him more often. Usually I'm listening to YouTube, so his screaming doesn't usually bug me because I have the noise canceling earbuds and I can't hear it. But then he like does it more if I don't acknowledge him. Hey, excuse me, I'm touching your leg. You have an uneven. Oh. Like right on the inside of his knee, I usually get a little weird spot because it's hard to reach. Oh. Hold on. Oh, you got like a knobby knee on this side. What's that about? What is that about? Maybe it's this one you broke. I can never remember. I know she's told me before. It might have been this one he busted, I forget. But the knot I'm feeling on the inside of his knee could be scar tissue. Could be. Because he broke it so good he had to have surgery and everything. He was in a cast. And they had to carry him everywhere. I was teasing his mom one time. I was like, "What? Did he at least have a velvet pillow?" Or she has a good sense of humor. She laughed. And she was like, "Pretty much." She has a good sense of humor, and she understands why he is the way he is. She blames her husband. I was like, alright. I don't care whose fault it is. I'm just telling you this is why he behaves this way. Because she had asked me one time, why does he do XYZ? I'll tell you. Do you have tangles in your pit? No, just some long hair. Can you see it? Oh, you can see it. Anyway, I think I was gonna say I don't nitpick his body too much because his cut's so short. There's like not a whole lot there to nitpick. And I also try to get him in and out as fast as possible because he's just so, you know. Emotionally charged. Can you sit for a minute? Can you sit? Can you sit? Sit. You get it. Sit. No, sit your butt. Oh, sit your butt. Not lay down. Sit. I love him, but he's not too smart. Sometimes he's not too smart. Aw. I try to get him to sit so I can pull his armpit hair out the front. Here, sit. Sit. No, sit. You're doing. Sit. Sit, Oliver. Sit down. I want to show the people. Can you sit your butt? So if I can get him to sit, I'll pull his armpit hair forward. And sit your butt. Sit down. Sit down. Don't look at my hand. Sit down. Don't look back there. Sit down. I have him by his jaws, by the way. I'm not throttling him. I have his jaws right here. But see, I grab his face, his jaws, and he'll push forward. So I need him to sit, which is hard for that leg. I understand. Will you sit any other time? There, see? But now the camera can't see your armpit. Oh. Can you see? Kinda. You can kinda see. I'm pulling his armpit hair out so I can thin it. That way I'm not trying to take a blade into his armpit. Okay, up. Sheesh. Some people's kids. It's a good thing he's a sweetheart. If he wasn't, I might have a problem. He's never tried to bite at me. I try to get the armpit hair as short as I can so that it doesn't mat up because he wears a harness. Okay, good enough. Now go this way. Say hi to the people. He's like, I'm gonna avoid the people. He's really only social with his people. No, I still think it was this leg that broke. I go back and forth on it, really. Maybe he just favors the other one. Because this one was out of commission. Because this one has the same knot by his knee. And it does a lot more clicking and popping. Can you lick yourself on your own time, sir? Thank you, because it's not helpful for me when you put your head down there. He's like, your hand is down there, so I'm gonna be checking it out. Hey, man. How am I supposed to reach your leg when you're backed up to the tool organizer here? He's like, oh, you're not supposed to at all. Dog hair. Hey, hey. So I like to, on the short haircuts especially, I like to pull the hair out from between the toes and trim it too. Because sometimes, like a day or two later, they'll have like one tuft of weird hair sticking up between their toes. And I have some clients that follow me on Facebook and they'll post pictures of the dog and I'm like, okay, that wasn't there before. Like that weird tuft of hair between their toes. Where did that come from? What's up? So let's check this pit. Armpit. Like one piece of hair back here I missed. You sit for a minute. You know how to sit. 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 Okay, can you sit in a way that makes it not look like I'm trying to kill you? Sit your butt, man. Soon. Oliver, sit. Thank you. Now just stay there for a minute. I gotta get this pit hair, because if you sit in front of your parents, you can have all this hippy dippy stuff hanging out of your armpits. Stay there, don't move. Don't you do it. Okay, put your face over there. Over there. Look over there. I don't need supervision. He's like, oh, but you do. And I know what you're thinking. He broke his leg. It's hard for him to sit. He sits just fine any other time. Don't let him fool you. Before I started, well, I had queued up the generator to heat up his hot water for the bath and stuff. He was sitting just fine. On his butt, sitting, watching. He just acts like he can't. When he doesn't want to. Try not to roll my eyes too hard. And yes, he does annoy me a lot of the time. But he's super sweet, and it's not entirely his fault that he's annoying. And I adore his parents. Just, some dogs just rub you that way because they're stubborn and they don't want to listen and stuff. I need a sip of water. Hold on. You think you want water? I used to offer him water when I had my old van and I had water bowls in it. You see what I mean? He said, just fine. That's not what I want him to. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Because when I want him to, hims don't want to. Okay, are we watching? Excuse me, water burps. Oh. I saw it. Oops, jeez. Let's just beat you in the face with the scissors. Hey, at least the tip wasn't pointed at you, right? His spatial awareness for where I am is not good. So it's not the first time I've knocked him in the head with something. It's usually a comb. Or brush. Because he puts his face to the table and, doesn't watch his surroundings. Watch. Okay, so I don't know how well I can show it. Because when I try to place him somewhere, he freaks out. Don't have a cow, man. Get a grip. Get a grip. So for him, what I do a lot of times is I will just cradle his muzzle in my hand. See if I can get 3/8 comb. Usually if it's over the top of his head, he's fine. But when I try to get around his mouth areas, when he has the biggest fit. And like around his eyes and stuff, I just hand scissor that because it's not worth the fight, usually. And because he's a multi-poo, I try not to put a lot of pressure on his throat when I'm trying to hold his head or face. Usually I got him by the jaws. Hey, look here. Or I'll grab his little, whatever little beard he has left. Oh, sure. Sure, behave yourself. That way people don't see the struggle. I'm still waiting to do my mom's dog because he's usually a turd for his face no matter what I do. Ollie here is actually being really good for it, so I'm a little disappointed. That was not the point. That was not the point of this video. I was trying to show somebody who's truly makes it hard for me to do their face, but now you're actually behaving for a minute. Let me see. And he'll tilt his head the opposite direction of what I want. I don't know where he got the idea that that was a good thing to do. Okay, well, listen. Listen. You can't tilt your head away from me while I'm trying to do your eyeballs. He's like, oh, sure I can. Watch. I know you don't like the beard hold, but sometimes I don't have a choice. Hold on. Hey. So right now I'm just trying to get his eye corners. And I do have his beard firm here in my hand. Well, as firm as I can hold it. I don't really have any strength in my hands anymore. Well, my right hand especially. Don't lick while I'm trying to, oh my goodness sakes. Every groom, he is tempting fate. Because I'm scissoring like the bridge of his nose here. I'll try to scissor the sides of his nose. Oliver! Look. Try to scissor the sides of his nose and then he'll lick all of a sudden out of nowhere. And I'm like, oh. I've never gotten his tongue though. Oh, see, here you go. Here's your behaviors right here. Jerking away from me and being a general pest. And he's like, comb my face? Forget about it. Giving him like the behavior he usually gives me, he's actually doing really well. Which I was hoping for more of a meltdown, but it might happen when I try to do his lips. Excuse me. Thank you. You can breathe. Calm down. I'm not squeezing the top of your nose. But I want to get this nastiness that you pull into your... No, don't pull it in. Oh. Keep your tongue in there and give me this nasty hair. Because he is a big offender of... Look up, dude. Stay back there and look up. Pulling his lip hair in his mouth. I'm on that little head, you know. It's that long hair that gets pulled in there. I would try to shave it with my clipper right in front of his lips, but I've tried and it's just too risky. So what I do is I'll pull it out and I try to shut his mouth and I put my finger between it. Well, I try to hold the hair out. And also I want to see the side of his lip so I don't catch his lip with that thinner. Try to get him to shut his mouth for a minute so I can get this other hairs. But because he's always in panic mode, his tongue is always hanging out because he's always panting. It's like, it's been 3 years, man. We've been doing this dance for 3 years. Like, seriously. It's never changed. Just a second. I do it the same way every time. None of this should be a surprise. Gentle blow in his face to pull his tongue back in his mouth. Yes. You can close it. I don't have my finger in your mouth. I have it in between your... I have it between his lip and his teeth. I could see how that would be unsettling. But I want this nasty... Okay, keep your tongue in there. I want to get this gross hair that gets sucked into your mouth. And that's where a lot of like oral stink comes from, is that hair that they lick in their mouth and they just, it sits in there and festers. I missed one. But because he's so unpredictable and he hates the clippers so much by his mouth, it's easier for me to just take the thinner, put my finger between his lip and the hair and just thin it out. Okay, close your face. Well, and he has plaque buildup, but that's besides the point. I can't fix that. And I shaved his ears. So I'm not doing his ears really. I'm just going to comb them out. Check the ear opening. Make sure he doesn't have any ear hair tangles. Ew! You snotted on my chin. He's got a couple of residual hairs on his eye corner, like in front of his eyeball. No, just close it. Don't you do it. Ah. Try and get some of this stuff here. It's like that. Like every dog, right here, the long hairs where the drool and whatever goes. Ugh. On anybody else, I could just shave off that discoloration, but not for him. So I thin it out a little. So the last time I took a clipper there, he went nuclear. Yes. Which was not a good time for me. A couple of long hairs right there. Hey, aw. Got a couple of long eyeball hairs here. And it's like the tear stain stuff, so you could see the long line there. So hard to see if his beard is even because it's so short now. And you won't stretch your pie hole long enough. But to be honest, he's going to go in there and carpet surf, so it doesn't really matter that much. Does it? Exactly. Let's see. Are you cute? Are you cute? Will you pass? I think so. All right, you guys. I'm going to take his picture. I'm going to take his picture for the thumbnail, and I take a picture. Sorry about that. He put you on pause. Take his picture for the thumbnail, and then I send one to his mom. As always, like, subscribe, share the channel or any of the videos. And if you have comments, questions, suggestions, pointers, anything you want to say, just put it down below. And I will read them and get back to them as soon as I can. Usually it's pretty quick unless I'm out and about or driving or something. But like I did say, if you know of a good camera or I can do a wider angle that maybe won't break the bank. I did spend like $300 on that GoPro Hero 4K, and the battery life is like 30 minutes. And the angle was fine. It had a wide enough angle, but it was making the lights all flicker weird. Like, I couldn't stand to watch it, and I wouldn't make anybody else watch it either. So, if you know of anything, or maybe a GoPro that is bigger that works for you, and maybe where it's not gonna weird out my lights, or it's just on camera, like it's just on the playback that it looks weird, that the lights are flickering. I can't explain it. I don't like it. I couldn't stand to look at it. So if you know of something. I know the bigger GoPros, you're supposed to be able to change like the frequency or whatever. But the GoPro 4K Hero, the little tiny mini one, there was no manual settings. I could not fix it. There was just no nothing I could do about it. And I tried external lighting. Nothing was helping. So, anyways, unless you're okay with the floating hands and the voice coming out of nowhere talking to you, that's fine too. Doesn't bother me, but I wonder if people even care that they don't see my face during the whole groom. Maybe not. I do make some pretty weird faces sometimes. Maybe that's a good thing you don't see it. But give me some feedback. Let me know. I did not like the angle of this pin here for that one that I did because look at, he's all the way over here. He's all the way over here. So I might maybe relocate this one up here on the wall so it'll point down this way a little better. I just have to clean the wall and relocate it and see if that works. I didn't get any negative feedback about that angle, but I do know that it just was not ideal because I couldn't keep the dog over here. The dog was over here and nobody could see it, and I felt like it was pretty. I didn't like it, but that's okay. Learning all, like, what camera angles are best is just a severe learning curve because I don't have a mentor in that department, so I'm trying to figure it out on my own. So I think for my next video I will try it with this one up here shooting down this way and see if that helps. Huh? You think? Alright. Okay, I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye!